Good morning, guys. See a little bit of milk coming out the nose? That ain't that much, actually. You get a little quick little wipe. Boom. Done. Okay, right there. Get a little bit like that. Yeah, get a little bit of a wipe and boom. Done. That right there, that's just very, very little bit of milk coming out. That's not a big deal at all. Most of the times, they don't even react. See how the milk's coming out of its nose? It's not even reacting to it because it's so small amount. There's times where they blow big old bubbles. And then what I noticed is they'll release themselves and they kind of just wipe their face. So a lot of times you really don't have to intervene. I mean, obviously you want to give them assistance, but when they pull off themselves, just let them wipe their own face and let them reattach. I wanted to say relatch, but that doesn't sound right. I'm an idiot. But I'll tell you what, when I first started breeding and I would see that milk come out the nose because of the whole freaking aspiration is a death sentence if you don't get it taken care of, I was so stinking paranoid. And I didn't know that you shouldn't pull the pup. You know, you all start somewhere. And you don't know everything when you first start. See how he's rubbing his face? So what I would do was, when I would see the milk come out the nose, I would freak out. I'd get super paranoid and worried and concerned. I'd pull the pup off, wipe the nose, get the little suction device and clear all the airways out, put my ear to their chest, listen to them breathe. I mean, it would freak me out. And then I learned by some amazing breeders, making sure he's done blowing it all out. They're good at blowing the milk out the nostrils. What you don't want them to do is to inhale it back in. But what I did learn from some amazing breeders, which has been game-changing for my well-being and for the dogs, is that you do not pull the pup off as they're nursing. Some of y'all are going to listen to this part of the video and be like, oh yeah, it's common sense you don't do that, freaking idiot. Well, hey, I'm glad you're just the smartest person in the world, dumb, stupid face. But I didn't know that. And come here, buddy. It's okay. Yeah, there you go. And so once I did learn that, oh my goodness, it's been night and day. I just sit here and I just dab their nose, their little nostrils, and they keep it trucking. My stress level has been reduced greatly, and obviously, hold on, let me wipe this lens off a little bit, guys. And obviously, the sense of well-being for the puppies is way better because, you know, if you pull the pup off as they're nursing because they got milk coming out their nose, that's only going to cause them to have a greater chance to aspirate. The thing that you fear and are trying to avoid the most, you could actually cause to happen. So since I've learned that, it's been a game changer. I now when I see milk come out the nose, I don't even get stressed about it. It's going to happen. Just sit there and I get these little wet wipes so that way it's not real rough on their face. See, he's got a little bit. See him blowing it out. Just give him a go wipe. And if I feel I need to, then I'll get my sucker and I'll clear their passage out real good. But he's got it all coming out. Let me put this phone down, actually. I need to get my little tripod so I can show y'all do it. But what I like to do is I just like to grab the back of their head with one hand, just to kind of embrace them, and then I just give them a good little wipe. And I give them little pets and stuff. But now, when I see it happen, I don't get freaked out about it at all. I just address it. And it hasn't been an issue. I know it can be a pretty scary thing when you see milk come out the nose because, all we hear is, a pup's dying from aspiration. I mean, from my experience, seeing, how often it happens, and even to the degree that the milk comes out sometimes, if a puppy actually aspirates, I mean, my goodness, it had to have been pretty bad. He's trying to suck on its ear. It had to have been pretty bad, and somebody had to have like really not have been paying attention for that to happen. But I'm like a hawk with my dogs. I pay attention to everything. Like I said, I'm naturally a paranoid guy when it comes to my dogs, because like I always say, their life literally depends on the decisions and choices I make. So that's a huge responsibility. So I want to make sure that I make all the right choices. And let me see if I turn the slide off for him. I want to make all the right choices. I want I love these dogs more than I love myself. You know, I didn't decide to do breeding on my own. I actually had the opportunity brought to me. One of my wife's really good friends, they've been breeding French bulldogs. I think going on 6 years, 8 years now, something like that. And they knew of my health issues. I've had 4 back surgeries, neck surgery, looking at a possible 3rd foot surgery, on top of coming down with this really stupid autoimmune condition, and I haven't been able to do a lot of the work that I used to be able to do. I was doing cabinet installation for the 2 biggest developers out here in Louisiana. We did all the new homes, and my body just couldn't handle it anymore. So they actually presented us with the situation to start. It's okay, baby. I'm gonna help you. She's probably got a big bladder, needs to pee. When they start whining like that, it's just a few reasons. They're either cold or hot, or they got a full belly, and when their belly gets real full, it pushes on their organs, and it just causes discomfort and pain. So I obviously, now that they're finished eating, I'm gonna, as soon as I get done with this video, I'm gonna stimulate them. But anyways, I'm starting to ramble now. But I was presented the opportunity to get into breeding. It's not something that I was actively pursuing myself. And so I actually prayed about it for a few days, because animals, I just love animals. I've always loved animals. I was real big into the reptiles. I've had pretty much every kind of snake and monitor lizard and spiders, I mean scorpions, you name it, and I've had it. I've always been involved with animals in some way, shape, or form. French bulldogs are my absolute favorite non-working, let me repeat that, non-working small breed. It was funny because I asked my wife, I said, Suzanne, you want to get a French bulldog? This was just as a pet. This was before breeding was even on the horizon. And she's like, no. She's like, they're so ugly. I said, how could you think these guys are so ugly? I said, they're the cutest little dogs ever. And so I was actually in the process of talking her into letting me get one as a pet. And that's the funny thing about it, because my wife came to me. She's like, hey, she goes, would you ever think about, or would you ever want to breed French bulldogs? I was like, are you serious? We went from no, I don't want to get one as a pet, to do you want to breed French bulldogs? So here we are. All I wanted was one, and now we've got a house full of French bulldogs. It just shows how much God loves me. So I made the decision to do it, and I'm one of them guys that I truly believe in putting health back into these bulldogs. Let's make bulldogs healthy again. And I take it very seriously. I don't know why I got onto that little tangent, but I guess I put my whole heart into these dogs. So when I see like milk come out their nose, I really get flustered because I just want my dogs to be okay. And it's just a great responsibility and honor to be a part of this. Like, look at my dog. Look at my female right here. She was from my first litter ever. And now this is her first litter. And this little girl right here, that's the one that we're keeping for our program. And so she's going to be our second generation. And so, I take this very seriously, guys. These dogs are my whole world. These dogs, enable me to work from home, to be able to have a little bit of money come in. Trust me, if you do these dogs the right way, we get so much money invested into our program. I'm talking about, like, with artificial turf, having the backyard fenced in. I mean, like, I got the incubator and, oxygen machines outside. I mean, I got everything, like my whiteboard. I keep track of everything, guys. All my important dates, temperatures, progesterone levels, AIs. I mean, all the stuff that you need to know. That whole thing right there is full of antibiotics, supplements. I mean, everything you could possibly think of. You know what I mean? Everything, guys. I mean, thousands of dollars have been invested into these dogs. The artificial turf that we did for the big dog run, that's over 2,000 square feet of turf that we had a professional company come in and do. Well, you're talking about $12.50 per square foot. And we got over 2,000 square feet. So you do the math. So yeah, we got a lot of money. It will be years, guys. I'm talking about years of breeding dogs before we even come in to the green. So we're not doing this for the money. I mean, obviously, we're doing it to make money, but that's not our main motivation. Main motivation to do this is to create healthy dogs, to be able to provide, a loving dog to a family that they're not going to have taken to the vet every freaking week and have astronomical vet bills. I mean, what the hell? Dogs shouldn't have to be going to the vet all the time, So, anyways, that's just me getting on my soapbox. I'm so sick of seeing people breeding dogs just for color, and they don't even put any thought into the stud that they're using. I can't tell you how many times I see people. Hold on, let me do this. Excuse my hair. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people. Hold on. How many times I see people post their female. We got a bleeder. What stud's out there? And they start looking for a stud as soon as their dog starts bleeding. It's like, you didn't think about what stud you want to use before your dog went into heat? Like my girl Tiny here, I already had a stud picked out. I knew the stud that I used with her, Moose, owned by Joe Bowman, who was a direct Steel son, and Steel's owned by Rusty Coleman. Like, as soon as I saw that dog, I'm like, oof, I'm using that dog. I freaking loved that dog. Moose. I mean, the dude's a stud. Solid freaking pedigree. Solid health. I mean, this dude's freaking nice. And I knew that I was going to use him in my program somehow. Didn't have a female yet that I had picked out, but I knew I was going to use him when I kept Tiny off my first litter. I started looking. I looked at her conformation. I looked at Moose's conformation. He had the attributes that I wanted to add to her. What I did with her is her mama. God bless. She's no longer with me. Let me get off that one. Her mama was real small, like real dainty, beautiful dog. I mean, she's the most precious bulldog ever. She was my best friend. She was my best friend. And Tiny, I was able to add more bone. Tiny's head's a little bit bigger. She's just a little more, got a little more oomph in the tank. So I was heading in the right direction with what I wanted to do, because Diva was, the dog that I wanted to start my foundation with. So Moose, he was able to add more oomph to the tank. And so from that breed, this girl right, oh shit, I gotta turn the camera around. This girl right here, she got way more oomph in the tank. She got such a broad head. Look at that dang dog. She's so beautiful. And she got the You're a Hero pattern. And that's, I call him Moose Jr. Him, her, and that dude right here, I call them the Titans. Man, they're freaking big dogs. This is the little runt. This is the little boy. He's pretty small too. And then this one. So 3 of the pups out of the litter, I call them the 3 Titans. They got the moose effect. They've been moosed. And I think these guys here, these two boys. No wait, these 2 boys and this little girl, the runt. I think they picked up more of a tiny side. Anyways, I'm just rambling now. This will be a YouTube video, but it just really irks me when I see people breeding dogs either because they got the color DNA that they want and they're not putting the structure of the dog like anywhere in the thought process, and then they're waiting till their dog starts to bleed before they start looking for a stud, and they ask for studs, but then they don't tell you what they're looking for in a stud. Like, do you not look at the pedigrees at all? I don't know. It's weird to me, man. But yeah, this video started out with just talking about dabbing the milk up and don't be freaking paranoid and all that stuff. So let's recap on that. When you see milk come out the nose, you just get your little, I always got prepared. I always got my cleaning things. I got everything I need. I got an automatic sucker. That right there I don't really use too much. I got my automatic sucker. Look over there. Boom, right there. It's charging. But just to recap, if you see milk come out the nose, you just dab, dab, dab. Let them continue to eat. Keeps coming out, you just dab, dab, dab. That's it. Dab, dab, dab. And if you feel like it needs to be cleared, like with the suction device, wait for them to break suction. When they release themselves, that's when you grab the pup, wipe away the milk that you can see, hold the pup gently in your hand, and get the little suction device and just suck around their nostrils. Now, be careful with the suction device. Don't have that joker cranked up to freaking 5th gear pinned and hold that on the nose, because what you can actually do is you can suck the milk actually from their stomach up through their nasal passage, causing a huge problem. So just a little bit. And you're done, all right? So that's the recap. Look at this dude. He's freaking laid out, son. Look at him. Look at that dog, man. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm freaking full, bitches. Yeah. And females, if you notice, they're real hot on their bellies. It's just like a big freaking heating pad. Mother Nature, God knew what he was doing. Look at this little girl. This little girl, she was 4 ounces when she was born. Guess what, guys? She's over 10 ounces now. And they turned 5, they turned 5 weeks. That's my other litter. They turned 1 week old on Friday. Yesterday. So they're literally a week and a day right now. And she's already more than doubled her size. When she was born, you could see all of her little rib cages. Her poor little, she had no muscle on her legs or her hips and her pelvic area. She was just all bone. The vet said she was probably way lower on the track and wasn't getting all the nutrients like the other dogs were. But I call her Braveheart because she got the heart and the fight of a lion. That dog, look how serious she is with that nipple. This dog here, who's the biggest boy, he could try to push her off of that nipple. That little dog right there will muscle him. She will not freaking give up that fun bag. I'm so happy with this little girl. She gonna make somebody happy. I was hoping to have more females than males, just because I had people inquiring about females more. But I'm really happy. This dude here, he's gonna be something special. I'm real excited to see how this guy's turning out. If I didn't keep a male off of Cookie's litter, I would highly consider keeping him. And who knows, if he turns out real nice, I might even just do a guardian home type situation, to where I'll be able to present him to somebody at a very, very, very low cost. And I reserve the rights to use him as a breeder anytime I need to. But he'll be their pet. You know what I mean? Like he'll be their pet. He's such a beautiful dog. He's a little stud muffin. So, yep. So recap with the milk. You see it coming up the nostrils. Dabba 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 doo. Don't break suction. Wait till they do break suction. If you need to use a suction device to clear the nasal passages out, and after they've fed and have a big full belly, don't be like squeezing on them and stuff, because you got to stimulate them. Be careful. All that moving around and all that stuff, you can get the milk to come out their nose even more. And if you see milk coming out their nose after they're done eating, and like let's just say like she's just sitting there like that, and then you see her spit milk out the nose, it's most likely due, like almost 100% plausibility, is because she overate and she got too much milk in her stomach, and that's why it's coming out. So yeah, that's that, people. I'm going to shut up now, because I was not planning on doing a 20-minute video. But ramble on, y'all. Have a happy Boo Dog Day. Deuces. Oh yeah, and always remember, no matter if we agree with nothing at all, no matter if we have different political views, no matter if I think Chevys are the best car and the best truck in the world, and you think Fords are the best cars and best trucks in the world, it doesn't matter. Even though I'm right and Chevy is way better than a Ford, it doesn't matter. I still love you. And remember, Yeshua loves you. Yahweh created you with the purpose. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are not just some freaking stardust floating around banging off of things. You were a thought process when you were created. God, who created everything, had you in his mind and heart when he created the human race. You have a purpose. You're not just some freaking random thing. It breaks my heart to see people think that. So no matter what, no matter if you believe anything that I believe or not, I truly want you to know that I love you, that we love you out here at Bayou Bulls NOLA, and we're excited about what we're doing. So just know that you are loved, no matter if you feel like it or not. You are loved, and we want to see the best for you in your life, and I'm cheering for you. And I pray that whatever you put your hand to, in the name of Yeshua, that you succeed, and that you do things with moral conviction, because we're living in a dark, cold world right now, people. People's morality is drastically dropping, and it's sad to see our children being brainwashed. So now I'm starting to become that preacher. This is my 5th closing. Now, with that being said, we love you guys and pray that you have a happy Boo Doggin' Day. All right. Deuces.